themselves will take us into game. It is Machine and Sponge.
Yes, indeed. Legacy on the line. NaVi and Falcons going to be duking it out, and it's already game time. We're into the pistol. Red is smoked. And we've got the dual Berettas. Not going to be tested immediately. They're charging to test Alexi. He just falls off. JL reacting. Alexi, ooh, actually banging. Takes Madden out of the equation and more from Wonderful. These dual Berettas rain down hellfire. 3 down. And you thought you had the call, but you get nothing done. Falcons falter.
When you make a play like that, as JL's going to let out a roar immediately off the back of the pistol and even give him a nod. So the eyes lighten up on either sides of the Hall of Heroes today. But that's a fortunate one from Alexi onto Madden to get his anger started early. But when you're going for that play, you're hoping, right, that the B players are going to push as well as the A player, that the red player is going to expect you to be going through donut towards A, and Alexi calls the bluff, and they lock it down. But Falcons, well, with the way Snappy likes to approach Counter-Strike, of course, we're going to see a force spy heading over towards B. They've opted for a Heaven Smoke. That's going to stop anybody jumping up mid as they set up for a B execute. But NaVi have started 3B. They've got the pieces in the right place to lock this down. Smoke and flashes, here they go.
Wonderful. He's got vision. He hears them coming. Ready's his aim. Ready's the SMG. Another multi-kill for Wonderful. It's a triple right out of the gates. This man is fragging. He's toe tagging and body bagging. Magisk, next one on his naughty list, finishing it with a dual Berettas. Ime will steal it away. That's a dream start for the NaVi boys.
Yeah, 1 kill in the first 2 rounds of play, and Magisk, the difference, he's the only one to pick it up. And that's going to be stumping Falcons. We're going to see them head into the eco. And as I said, they had 3 towards B. They were ready for this type of a pop. And I think it's telling as well when that Heaven Smoke comes into play that it is likely to be pressure towards that B lane. But huge multi-kills from Wonderful in back-to-back rounds. 320 ADR as we see him lob out that elbow smoke. And that is going to be a big conversation point for us as this one does land. Some of the key issues for NaVi has been missing util. We saw it on Nuke. We've seen it on this very map of Ancient against Spirit, where Donk was able to stand and deliver behind the double mollies that weren't deep enough. Madden would love to find an opening pick with a deagle towards main. They're searching out, they're forcing the util, applying pressure, and Bit feels it.
Yeah, he's handled the first with class. Trying to get ahead of the util was Madden, taking a risk in just what is essentially a deagle round. Pushing for info on towards B ramp, no one home, smoke doors, and yeah, they're going to call it clear momentarily.
Great response, right? So pressure towards A main, very quiet towards B. Soak up all that room. And now rerouting towards middle. Falcons would have had a chance to search. Smoke lands at a perfect timing. And Falcons will have to go knocking on another door. So this round, we'll likely see the clock sink right down before its finish. It may even can re-smoke. Look at this, perfect. Beautiful. Just a frustrating round for Falcons. Everywhere you go, you're smoked off. You can't get in. But you need to go down to get that loss bonus piping through. 2,900 going into the next.
A couple of kills would be nice as well, just to remind yourself what that feels like.
Yeah, you want to get off the goose egg early. You don't want that haunting you for too long. Here they come. Will it be a mow down?
Ime and Bit looking to combine their forces. And it's beautiful from the both of them. Just some pious. Nice find from Bit. Controls the A site on his first test.
And they're going to hold on to 2 SMGs. One for Bit, one for Alexi. That'll be the famous in the mix as well. Interested to see if they want to opt to do something aggressive with those pocket rockets. SMGs don't have good A spawns, but they do have good B spawns. Unfortunately, Bit is the A anchor. So, if you had a good A main spawn, might want to push in to subvert that expectation of teams who like to go A early on the T side gun rounds, because a lot of the CTs, they go for that mid press, the B lane control. As the util has landed. So, continue to highlight. Good stuff from Jay. We're looking at those little details. They harass middle. The red smoke missed from Falcons. They're trying to reroute towards B quite quickly. So crowd control util has subsided. No damage done. And they're going to start to make their way through the doors with the bigger guns.
Alexi spots him out. Gives the warning to Wonderful and JL on this B defense. Util sails through. Counter incendiary. A little bit of a gap he can work with. He can manufacture through spray, and look at their health. They're forced forwards. Flashes in, and this is some team play right now out of NaVi. Oh, Alexi. Nearly didn't catch the snappy push through the smoke, and it's still Sunpire's making it awkward. Magisk as well with a response. A 2 versus 4 quickly made level. And oh, that wallbang has put elige down in combination with the nade. elige from the grave on the nade, and now it's in a 1v1. Holds down the spray. What a recovery.
Well, intense round. And I'm going to say, where is this NaVi being U2 landing? The protocols are there, but that one was a back and forth slobber knocker of a round.
The combination of the wallbang and the molly spread as well. That's a gangster way to get a kill. Never mind the nade from elige actually finding it as well. That's a cool round of counter.
And of course, it's Magis to close this down. And they're leering through the smoke, Snappy knowing he has to take that risk with all the action towards B. At Magisk, this was impact to get the first round on the board. Beautiful stuff from the Dane. Him and Zonic pairing up again under a new organization.
And you want to talk about minor details in Counter-Strike. If he finds that Snappy walk through the smoke clean, he might not be dying to that Molotov wallbang. It's, you know what, he got put on 45 through that push on Snappy's damage. But yeah, tac timeout used immediately. I mean, Chad, if you're on the mic there, you've got to give him some props. Like you said, it felt like that CT side was shaping up nicely for the B defense.
I didn't think it was a bad round at all, but I think the reason that Blade wants to take it now is their finances can be broken if they lose this. So, all right, let's just settle ourselves with the 30 seconds, and let's respond immediately, so at least we can stay in the guns. Boris is lining up an insta window. Let's see if it lands this time round. There's a MAC-10 in the hands of Snappy. Where will he spring to life? Heavy towards middle, the U2. Landing. All right. That's what you want to see. Deep molly in place. And the harassment of U2, they're throwing this out to soften up the mid players and immediately rerouting towards B. But they have to be careful through the water. If you look at the radar, you can see that they were walking back to not give away too many sound cues. And they want to set up for another pounce, but this time, deep lane control taken. So does Snappy have a retake lane setup where they can maybe smoke off cave, molly the top of the ramp? Well, we're about to find out.
Restraint.
And rotation as well. Look at the radar. It's just 2 players towards B right now from NaVi. They feel somewhat fortified.
JL pulls the panic, throws out the nade and tucks into the side, looking to play crossfires with elige. Pressure on. It's a good from elige. Finds the head of Boros. Ime from long side as well. Keeps the head above water. Good ding through the boards. But maybe Snappy and Sampayas are not done yet. Look at the shots being hit. Fake plant. 2-on-2. Snappy on a shoestring of health. And Sampayas combined with the nade and wallbang. He's been doing his homework. Wonderful wall close. So intense for the first 5 rounds of counter.
And elige did all of his hard work that round through the spam from cave. He got smoked off. It was another one of these B pounces from Falcons. At this time, elige, yeah, I'd have a grin on my face too. Killed one, got a ding, killed another. So the in-game leader, the Finn, just lighting them up through the boards. And we even get a highlight of that. Boros is going to be feeling very hard done by. And this is essentially Falcon saying, let's explode onto B and just hope that we can trade out, because the response time of NaVi, all the bodies are there, quick, smart. This is a change-up. Donut smoke. Well, they're out. It's going to be fast A.
Yeah, look at Madden. He's already knocking on Donut door. Bit spotted him out. Quick, smart, out a main, a long-range duel. Ime commits to the spray, and it's a long-range Galil out of Snappy.
Must hear the steps. They know he's in red.
Most definitely. Alexi's even trying to find him on his exit through the smoke. Good find, good awareness. But the bomb now ticking. Falcons, they've broken through into the A site.
Hard retake.
They've locked those Temple players in. This boost, though, favors Sampayas, and the smokes could have a big role to play. Running out of players, though. Bit spotted out on that elevated position. Sampayas has brought him low. And you said it's a hard retake. The shots, however, have been hit by Bit, and wonderful. One more would have been great, but no time and no players. Wonderful force to save.
And Falcons has got this typical Snappy signature style stamped all over them. Fast, in your face, explosive Counter-Strike.
I'm not going to lie, it's very different to the counter we've been casting up until this point. But this is our first Falcons game, Chad, and it's already got a unique flavor.
Well, this is the key. We had the Eternal Fire versus NaVi game yesterday. Bit of a heartbreaker for Eternal Fire. But that was very slow. That was defaulted. That was spread them out. But that was a lot of fakes called out from Major. And then the round sibbered into these 1v1 duels that if won or lost could send the round either way. This is really Counter-Strike that is going to knock your socks off.
For real.
Well, behind the save door, they can bring out one M4 on Bit. The rest going to upgrade in with some powerful pistols and SMGs. The U2 is in the mix, and back towards B we go. So same U2, red smoke. I think I missed again. And the CT elbow smoke, missing the mark as well.
But this is such a direct approach.
At least the AWP is here on Wonderful, but if they knock him off.
Nice work. Wonderful. He's hit the shot necessary. If he finds Madden, it's over for Magisk. And he's done it. Just the one man now, up against 3. And Magisk gives him the fight. Covered by Bit. NaVi, they weather the storm of a 5-man B assault.
I love how quick this is, just throwing, trading blows, both teams backing the individuals. But one individual the desk was highlighting and actually gave me a bit of a giggle before we were able to head into game. Bubsky talking about Boros and being praised that he's remembering strategies. We're talking top-tier professional Counter-Strike, and that's a highlight. So we know he's an aim star, right? We know that he can definitely lock onto the heads, but maybe some of the finer details like the nades, like remembering the strats, the details of being a professional player, not completely there, but he's currently sitting at 0 and 6, so not achieving anything at the moment as Batten braves the flames.
Yeah, he's gone down.
Aye.
Well handled.
See how strong that util is. You get that lane molly in, the HE, the mid players are through because you can't harass. If you're trying that from Madden, it's a Hail Mary attempt.
Erecting a boost, Magisk not going to be able to do too much as that smoke arrives at the same time.
Kind of removing the comms issue from NaVi as well, aren't you? If you just run at them.
That's true too, yeah. It makes him look a whole lot sharper, more coordinated. Now, ooh, Alexi going to try and get his smoke out. He's going to get run down. Commits to a jump spray. Double kill out of Alexi. Triple in the round.
He's already up to 11, matching wonderful.
He's having a good game.
And he's playing a very key part of the map. Right, Cave, you're going to be tested. Lots of information available. You need to stall that position out.
Very well played. I mean, even from the wall bangs to this, you know, you can see how many different types of duels you're going to be encountering. Tight angle held by Imer. Doesn't nail the shot. Has to acknowledge the slip.
Reject the setup completely, so they are worried about the leak towards A.
Boros. Is he still, yeah, 0-7.
Secret agent.
Nothing here for Magisk, but it gives us an opportunity to talk a little bit about this man and what he has achieved, joining Falcons, leaving what seemed to be a winning recipe. You know, it was a bit of an eyebrow raiser. Magisk and Zonic departing the green pastures for what they hoped to be even greener.
Yeah, and so far this team has only been about, what, two and a half months. We did have the tournament break over Christmas where I assume not too much practice was going down. This is still very early stages of the roster, and a lot of people will be quick to say, oh yeah, but it's the Ence core, right? They've got Madden, they've got some Pies, they have Snappy. They should just be picking up where that team left off, but every team is different, right? You're going to have to now assimilate with the way Zonic and Magisk want to play, and those two individuals are hugely successful. So I'm sure that Snappy and Co are more than happy to listen to their approach because it's a winning approach. It's one that's won a cabinet full of majors. You go to Magisk's profile on Steam, and he's just got those trophies displayed proudly, and you can understand why. He joined that Astralis roster, and he was part of that dynasty. He is a difference maker alongside of the coach who he has a lot of faith in. Yeah, difference maker, catalyst. I mean, upon his arrival from Magisk Boy to Magisk Man and that win streak, it was, I mean, it was legendary. And that's a word I try and keep out of my mouth as often as possible, but that it's justified for the history of Magisk and his arrival in Danish Counter-Strike. It's only other Danes that have a cabinet that looks like his. I can't believe we're here already, Chad. Round 9. It's been a quick one. I think Imer's... hold up. Oh, in-game leader's locking horns again. Yeah, that's a big find from Snappy. He's actually, for the first time, taken down the Cave player in the opening. Aggressive from Boros. Finds his first onto Bit, trying to fight for the ledge control. Imer standing his ground for one. It's Snappy leaping to action. Maintains an advantage, and now there's a lot of gaps. JL and Wonderful trying to work this one out. He heard Snappy nearby. Oh, beautiful from JL just on the last few bullets. Snappy, though, committing to that spray. Yeah, that's what happens when you're spamming in smokes these days, right? You're definitely going to give away not just with the traces, but the massive holes in the smoke of where those shots are coming from. Winnable round now. Can't disrupt the plant. May want to wait for his teammate. Wonderful's on his way with the kit and a smoke. Well, and an AWP. I was hearing steps. Madden will have heard that. Pice is actually going to come through Cave as well. I thought maybe this flash would be an element to help Madden peek, but no, they're going to fight together. Spots him out, deletes him. Good awareness, and now you're smoked off. You better know your wall bangs here, Pies. They're thinking about ramp.
And they're testing. Now they know. Wonderful going to hold it with that kit. You better know your wall bangs. And the round slips away. A 7th on the CT side for NaVi.
Yeah, and that one felt like it was getting out of control due to the heroics of Snappy. That fight against elige, running down Imma, Bit getting caught off guard at ledge between that mid-crunch. And they were using that smoke to deny the double mollies. And we saw Apex with that, but Imma got the better of them to start. And he should be used to it because, well, that's what Jacob was attempting to do just a couple of days ago. So something that NaVi have had the opportunity to practice against in recent time. JL, not going to worry about trying to bang back, takes the fight to him. Stunts some Pius, and, well, this is already quite a commanding CT side. It's one way to deal with the Legend Cave push. Post your AWP at doors, but spam down. elige continues to do so much damage through the boards. He's got that on lock.
He's got a comprehensive list of moves for his cave play.
Might get caught off guard here.
Yeah, could have. He's actually nailed the nade right down the gullet of Snappy. So again, good chip damage. It's like the opposite of that Anubis game where you had 1 kill and a whole lot of damage. This time it's a lot of kills and damage.
So Boris has just heard a player running into Donut, but what does that mean? It's just information to pipe through to Snappy.
He's flirting with this idea.
They're pushing.
Snappy.
Didn't catch him.
Oh, and he's been caught off guard. Punishes the reload with some aggression now, elige, keeping it dynamic.
Snappy's going to be very unhappy. He thought he jump peeked.
Ooh, dink exchange. Madden's gun's better.
I'm really worried about this round. They have to go A because where the bomb is.
Yeah, and this is where Bit just has to catch the right moment. Just like that, the double kill. Pius could not get his eye to the scope in time, and it just disintegrates before our very eyes.
NaVi are owning them. This is 8 secure. Madden with 17 seconds left. He had to pick the bomb up outside the B doors. He was even spotted by that aggression down the B ramp of JL as he was tucking tail. And now with 10 seconds, I think he just wants to hold on to this investment. Of course, the max loss bonus is going to be in play for the next. And he will be able to retain the AK-47, but feels like a bit of a non-starter at this juncture. Very flat from the Falcons. But elige, he's dialed in right now. Every decision that he's making seems to be the right one. And that's what we thought yesterday against EF as well, that he had his finger on the pulse, especially on Nuke. He was reading the rotations, he was playing ahead, he was finding impact, but the rest of the team a little bit more scattered. Right now, NaVi are coming together and at the right time. This is a team with individuals, some who we've seen have high highs, the likes of Bit, we know what he's possible of. Others, well, I so throw Imma into that mix as well. Others like Wonderful, well, we've definitely been seeing this trend and how good he can be, but the bigger games is where we want to see more of it. And right now, in a match that will take them to the Spodek, one for the future, I'd love to get to see Wonderful in the mix up against monesy, right? Those two young AWPers, right? Obviously, the next generation is where we are setting our sights.
You talk about big game. I'd always put Pius in that category for a big game player. Right now, absent. Ouch!
Dead.
Oh, Snappy and Magis, there is a ringing.
It's just brute force that Snappy's hoping to get away with, and today the utility is on point for NaVi. That couldn't come at a worse time for the Falcons.
I mean, this is your moment. This is where you can make a half out of it, right? It's 2-8. It has to be now. It's now or never.
But look at how much util they dumped towards mid. The smokes are starting to fade, but they had 2 smokes to extinguish. They had the red smoke to help them get out. They had a lot of flashes, and they got absolutely no room. If anything, they've just given up all of their util and taken a chunk of damage. 2 players, the Danes, limping around the server, as they might just have to try and pincer this contact into B. But here's elige again.
Can he pass another test on the cave position? Slides into the angle, ready for some Pius, nearly 2. Madden down now, good teamwork, but maybe Snappy catches him, not to be. Good awareness from JL Magisk. Don't forget the damage he took early. Makes it even more difficult in a number disadvantage, a 1 versus 3. You can hear some movement.
Cave, how do you get this back?
There should be no way. It's just locked down. I mean, you've got JL as the canary in the coal mine. He'll report back on his investigations here. Bomb grabbed. JL's surely gonna, oh, he didn't. So Magisk is allowed to retrieve the bomb at the bare minimum. I think they've spotted now that it's disappeared. Makes it out. Here's those cave steps, brings the fight, and yeah, him is trained on that position for a 9th. NaVi, damn.
JL couldn't quite believe that the bomb got snatched under his nose. Hey, yeah, all right.
Like a heist.
It did get pulled out from under you there, JL, but not planted, and Alexi again stalls them out for enough damage that JL can slide in, denying the space, even takes down Snappy, who's peeking into that low on HP. And then Magus, he couldn't get the bomb down for the extra cash, but again, the money is there for the Falcons considering the nature of this half, and when in doubt, rush B.
Okay. A pace change. But you've got to go, oh, Ime, yeah, oh, it's destruction. The combination, nade, molly, smoke, spray, Boros one back. Smoke on ramp from JL trying to stop them committing to the site, but they're up. And JL puts Boros down. Alexi doesn't have to take this engagement just yet. Does swing out to try and find him. A swift adjustment from Madden. 2-on-2. Madden bravely steps into the line of fire. Puts it onto Sampias. Just to recover this half. Just to have something to celebrate coming into the second half of a Team Falcons pick. There's the first. Up to Wonderful in the clutch. Will he concede his second death of the half? Yes, he will. Sampias just gives them something to sink their Falcon talons into, trying to hold on to Ancient. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we continue this adventure. The Spodek, a fabled and legacy performance for the boys of Falcons and NaVi. Only one of them gets a chance to be there and play in front of that crowd. And we've got Heroic and G2 as well later on today. These are the 2 spots and 4 teams that are battling it out to secure it at the Intel Extreme Masters Katowice 2024. Ancient second half, let's get it going. NaVi have certainly got the juices flowing. Alexi up to 13 frags. The whole team seemed present and correct today, Chad.
Yeah, a great half. Wonderful with 12 kills. He got 6 of those in the first 2 rounds of play.
Oh, that's right.
And Falcons just kept throwing knockout blows and not too many of them landed. So deflected by NaVi. I've gotten them a 6-round lead, and with this pistol, they'll be sitting pretty jail. Spotted one towards long. The util flying out. A set piece from NaVi into round number 13.
Magisk is playing ahead of this. Maybe he wants to
They've been
throw
denied by the smoke. They're going to have to go through with the flash, Alex.
Ooh, or not.
Cave instead.
Yeah, he's given it a look here, and he's cleared his close corners. There's only 3 of them here to receive them, and Magisk just can flatten. Sampaya still in the cubby. Needs a headshot. Oh, so many targets. Couldn't find a head. Bomb now down. Pushing for long control is Bit. Does have support in Wonderful. Hits his headshot. Now Wonderful's turn, and Boros is their next victim. Flat from Falcons.
Flat from Boros, only 2 kills. And desperate from Madden. What's he meant to do in a 1-on-4 situation like that? There's hardly any damage being done from Falcons whatsoever. And that reroute from NaVi. So the one smoke that drops as the execute comes in, you're thinking, oh, they're going to have to pop through this with a flash. But no, we'll just go through cave. Plenty of ways to take this site. Say NaVi, and now up to double digits. 3 players up to 13 frags. Wonderful, Alexi and Bit. And this one, Falcons are opting to force by a scout for Sampayas. Pistol upgrades with smokes for the rest, but fast out mid, Emma and Wonderful to take the room. Nothing Sampayas can do through that smoke. Boros, the next to be tested over to Donut if they want to continue to pressure mid.
NaVi in no hurry. Snappy with the intention to delay. If he spots anything on this jiggle.
I'm wondering if Emma's waiting for Jail to feel safe enough to come for the double peek. Right? You can see Jail over towards Pocket. But there's been no reaggress just yet, so Stoic with the smokes. Alexi really want this cave space. All right, well, Molly in. Snappy and Madden both playing the block.
Smoke exchanged. Good nade. Wow, JL. Eats that one. Passes off the AK to a healthier member. And they've delayed them successfully. Look how many smokes are currently up. 30 seconds. It's getting a bit sketchy for NaVi. They need someone to bail them out on the push. Flashes up. Alexi in. Using that Mag-10, more bullets connecting, still no lethality. It's big from Snappy. And now the Deagle into Alexi. 15 seconds. Bit, you got the bomb. He's taking fights, lost the bomb. And surely they've lost the round. It's only Wonderful here. What can he do with 9 seconds left? He's getting shot in the back of the head. Grabs a Mag-10, just trying to run away, trying to stop the retrieval. Takes down Magisk. Wonderful. He passes off the AK for a Mag-10. Chad, over to you to break that down.
Yeah, I think just hoping to fight his way out of that. He at least survived. But that is all about stall tactics. Falcons just blocking them, denying that clock, delaying for as long as humanly possible. And you can see these kills only start to come in when there's about 12 seconds left on the clock. So this is all, I suppose, a consolation because they didn't win the prize. Falcons, finally.
I mean, yeah, that essentially says we have a bit of a game here.
Last day, they're testing Boros.
What's he got for us? They're running at you, back turned to the oncoming onslaught, and Wonderful. He's run them down.
With that save, Mag-10.
Yeah, he's made great use of it. Fortunately for Boros, Magisk and Snappy have arrived on the scene quick. Bit gonna give it a go on the plant. Some pious, well-placed bullets straight through the smoke. And a change of pace from NaVi. They come up empty-handed.
You feel like when you were in for Navi, you had to get that bomb down. Holding onto this site was going to be always difficult. JL seems to be noted with those bullets just behind. That's a juicy one.
Ooh, there was a world where Snappy loses his head there. Giving it a go. Slips on out. And it takes the head of Snappy as well. There should be nothing here for JL. God, he's getting chances. Sunpius crouching under the box's side. Great angle selection from Sunpius and heavy contributions from the Spaniard. A double kill short, but holding on to that round. And considering Boros was the first to fall, they handled that well.
Needs to be highlighted. He got them the final round as we were heading into that halftime break, and now some impact in a couple of these rounds. And it's very important. He was a big player, and I thought a big game player for Ence. But his light has been very dim in CS2. He hasn't been performing to the caliber that we've expected. The hope of Spain has been feeling a little bit of pain in recent times, and he's acknowledged it the other day that hasn't been up to snuff with his performances. Knows that he needs to turn it around, and the team demands that of him. Have to wonder, is this Falcons investment one of a long-term variety, or is it something that they're hoping pays dividends quite quickly? If they can turn this around, if they can pick this series up, it doesn't matter how. I would say it's paid off within the early stages. 2.5 months of the team forming. We've known about the Magist acquisition for some time. Zonic with Lars, that pairing.
Right. I mean, it strikes you as a bit of a dream team when you look at all of the staff as well behind them.
If you're going for those two pieces, and Magisk as well, you're trying to form a team to contend for major titles.
Yeah.
And now, we all know Counter-Strike teams do take a bit of time to come together, so we're not expecting it overnight. But I think because of the investment, because of the names, people are wanting to see results early, and this tournament for them so far has felt laboured. You know, they played against Complexity yesterday. It was a game where both teams were showing their struggles. Even against Falcons and Rebels wasn't the easiest of matchup for them. So going through teething issues. Everybody getting some of the eeks. One for Magist, one for Sunpius. Snappy's grabbed one.
Yeah, spread them out. Let everyone have one. And Magist gets greedy. He'll finish him off. Extra 3 for his kill tally, and that gap will close by virtue of a nice eco bash.
Yeah, just 4 rounds the difference now, and if they pick up this next gun round, they can tighten that up even more so. So Falcons, they started with speed and were quite ferocious looking for fights, and now they're the ones on the CT side standing and delivering, all 5 staying alive, hoping to build a bit of residual cash. What will Alexi be called? Got a donut smoke as well as a red smoke. Do they want to go out quickly? Racing with a HE. Oh, coming through. Emma's going to burn down.
Flashes are good. Boros flashed out as well. 3 CTs fighting for mid control and winning it out. Sunpius, that's impact again.
It all comes down to the timing of when they've decided to push through the smoke. Okay, we know the T's are going to be out on this. Our flash will come through. We pop through together. That could all fall apart if the timing's bad. The flash doesn't land. But Falcons, 2-man to the good. That is a great start. A very good mid defense. It's one where they didn't even lock them down in the choke point. They actually allowed them to swell out a little bit deeper. So very well handled.
Snappy does lose out on that duel head-to-head with an AK-47, so JL claws one back. Molotov on the pillar will force the site players to back away.
2 more smokes, so short and long smoke could be perfect. They can get in and plant.
Smoked off. Molly and push. Whoa, they're not ready for that bit. That is avant-garde, and it's beautiful. NaVi holding on to this one. Bit tries his luck again. This time Sunpius is ready for him.
Yeah, the double dip.
Felt so good the first time. Maybe Boros and Sunpius have got a retake in them. Started so brilliantly for Falcons. Bit and JL, they've forged a path back into the round. This is Alexi B finding another impact frag. He takes down Boros. Nothing here for Sunpius anymore. Needed a teammate, and they haven't got the time for this. Just playing with their food here. JL does go down. Sunpius, though, just watching that bomb tick away. Alexi will collect 11 for NaVi.
Yeah, the caveman, Alexi B, the Finn, beats his chest and does more impact from his home. And that right there, yeah, maybe got a little bit oversourced with the second push, but the first brilliant. I was loving the mid-take here. It was great from Falcons. They stalled out the space that Navi were looking for, but this one back JL onto the in-game leader. Bit with an audacious play, but you have to take some risks. Calculated from Bit, and they close it down to get their 11th. Beautiful work from Navi to bounce back into that one.
You can see Madden's reaction to it as well, because he did, you know, he beat the expectation of Madden. Sees the molly through the smoke, you're assuming one thing, Bit gives you the other. Very cool, second timeout. You talk about Zonic, you know, we have to talk about Blade, as the desk did as well, discussing the history of these coaches. Standing behind the Navi boys, and this, a new challenge. It's different to any challenge he's faced before. And just trying to kind of polish this into something that gleams.
Potential's there. It's about getting the players online. They picked up names off of form, and that isn't always there. They're going at it again.
Yeah, this time Wonderful gives it a good go. Nails Magisk. Lives to tell the tale. This is interesting for Boros. Yeah. Forward position for the A anchor. JL just beheads him. Nice work from Pius. Back it away. Does not pay the ultimate price. Instead, it's Madden that covers him. What a shot! Alexi goes jumping, gets one between the eyes. Wow. I mean, Boros has got to be sitting there going, my teammates are sick. I mean, you've made a couple of oopsies, and every time the Falcons swoop in and bail him out of trouble, Son Pius's AWP feels the feed again.
Yeah, it must be nice. Boros has the best seat in the house at the moment.
Wow. Yeah, that's got to feel good. I mean, you feel a bit silly, but you just can't help but appreciate your teammates' prowess.
Well, this is the Son Pius we know and love. The one that hit in the flary shots, making the big plays when the team needs it most. And this was after Wonderful walked out mid and found the opening. So far in the last 2 rounds, the team that won the mid control has ended up losing the round.
Backwards.
How much damage can Imma find? If he grabs another, and he might catch a snappy as he mantles up. The B bomb site open, but they'll beat him on rotation, and I think Imma is aware of that. So do they stay together or do they split up? A main denied with the gray screen. There's 25 seconds. So unless Imma's going to save, he will just have to brave through this. You take the plant.
I mean, it does look like there's an opportunity for it. Madden stuck around Red Room, and it is starting to hedge his bets back towards the A site.
Oh, he's crept out.
Gets caught out. Nice awareness from Madden. They handle that with class. And it's just the two of them there. That's Madden and Son Pius with 5 kills between them in defense of the A site. Spring into action. It was Madden that saved Son Pius that have facilitated this crazy flick. So you'll see this first one. He's getting run down. This shot here from Madden saves his hide. And then this shot from Son Pius wins the round. It's mad. And XEB's Quiff just poking up on the jump.
This one just has a whole different flavor to it to what Navi were used to from yesterday's matchup against EF, and even the same for Apex. Apex were very wormy. They'd cause chaos across the map. Then they'd play out these 3v3s, constantly lurking, pushing, pulling, playing the seesaw very well. You also had a lot of fake attempts from EF, right? Also trying to cause chaos for Navi and the communications and having them in these weird rotations, which managed to work on Nuke, right? It felt like it was quite stop-start. This has been a whole lot more heads-up Counter-Strike in your face. And the Navi individuals, all of which are in double digits, have been able to deal with that. Falcons players are starting to come online now. Son Pius, right? Madden chipping in. Magisk, he's had a clutch early. If he can start finding a bit more CT-sided impact as well. And this game could have a few more twists and turns as we're currently looking at a full eco.
How many is he getting?
2.
Getting run at. Snappy and Madden combining. Needed the second. It's not to be. JL with that D. Oh, nearly lost control of the spray there. Magisk tracks out on Alexi. If you only lose the MP9 in a round like this, you're going to be pretty damn happy with that.
He didn't get 2, though, Alex.
He didn't.
No.
It would have been nice.
1.5.
1.5 is close enough. And they'll take the round all the same. We saw JL's Deeg. He's definitely hitting some shots with it, but Boros rotates through. He's got control of the ramp walk-up.
It shouldn't be much to say, but if he can get another kill, that's great. You can see the finances left-hand side of your screen don't really exist for Falcons and Boros. Yeah, you have to hit those. 4 kills now for, I guess we can call him the franchise player. He's the one who's been kept across from the more recent team. You know, the MBKs, the Bodies. We have Lonks.
Yeah. Got a very different look now.
MHL. Now we have Snappy, sympius, and Madden.
Well, it's definitely.
Alongside a multi-major winning in-game leader, sorry, not in-game leader, coach. And Magisk, who joined Astralis and became that difference for the team.
Four-time.
Yeah. Well, and Vitality too, so. boros is deep in main by virtue of sympius's AWP, well highlighted there as a nade chunks JL down. But if there is too much pressure elsewhere on the map, boros can be called upon to push and grab some room. Oh, actually, he thinks better of it, so he's backed off. That's a powerful position to give up.
He's left it, yeah. So they're now flying blind on potential aim. Is he going back?
Yeah, I don't like this. He really should never have left.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think they have the confidence in the boros right now, to be completely honest. If they've just smoked in front of him while he's jiggling, I think it's, hey, mate, can you just not die?
Chill. Chill your beans. They are starting to set up for this. And JL, he's confirmed that there is still presence, so it denies the push and clear of lane.
CT smoke being thrown right now. boros will get pressure, needs to delay with his molly. Isn't going to.
Turns the flash, just holds his angle. Now he gets the incendiary down. Swinging on out, finding that boosted player, built into, flashed into, and now cancels plans for aggression. Trying to hold on to that man advantage. Nice elevated angle from Magisk, catches out Alexi.
Time.
Really sensitive, 19 seconds. Still not a frag to their name in this one for NaVi. Wonderful, gives it a nice first. He's not going to get into the site though with 8 seconds left. It has to be now. NaVi, another clock-determined round for them. Some good shooting out of Wonderful. He gets 4.
Oh!
Dead after time. 1250 is all he has for the next round.
Oh, this is getting to the business end. Only 2 rounds the difference. Wonderful going down after time. Everybody around the 3K mark for NaVi. It was max loss bonus into the next. If they just take some partial investments, they can all get the goodies out. But if they want to facilitate the Wonderful AWP, someone will need to be dropping him that in the next. And I think right now it's about getting themselves into these sites and not hemorrhaging so much damage in players. Falcons were going for these late B pops where they could at least get in and trade and try and plant that bomb. NaVi, it just feels so late. The timer is well against them.
Yeah, it's just making it extra difficult for yourself.
Trying to channel them towards red. You can see that defensive smoke that Magisk just dropped, saying, hey, come on through. The water's warm, or take the route up towards sympius's AWP. Redeploy over red smoke says something different is on the agenda.
Magisk, he hears that flash and he's ready for the first exchange. It's Immer that brings him down. So rifle retrieved, and they're applying pressure. They want boros, supported by sympius. And it's all sympius keeping this ace site on lock. Misses one of his chances. Those Tech 9s are pesky. JL fakes it out, trying to find another. And can't finish off Snappy, just 3 HP. I can't quite believe how convincing this CT half has been. NaVi, they got the pistol. I thought, okay, this is going to be similar to that first half. It was that 9-3 scoreline on the half. Make it 10-3 after the pistol.
Something that's just, you know, crossed my mind is the fact that Magisk was part of, well, An's on it, were part of Vitality who didn't play Ancient.
Also, okay.
So I was thinking, when was the last time I saw Magisk play Ancient?
You haven't.
So the fact is, in this Falcons jersey, green, and same as the map. So for him, it's a bit of foreign territory as well, but that's not the state for the core. Which I said you couldn't just base the whole conversation of the team around, but at least confidence and comfort in the type of fights. But that was the NaVi third and final tactical timeout. And as the coaches of stature lock mental horns, who's going to come out on top of the last 30 seconds? Elbow smoke lined up, thrown out by the Orpa, who has found himself at 20 kills. Sympius right on time. The most important match of their Katowice campaign so far. And this is the form you want to see from such a flary player and Orpa, who Snappy says he does his best work on the big stages.
Oh, Snappy, that's incredibly aggressive, and they'll have heard it. He just pre-fires. Oh, Snappy! A monstrous spray! They knew he was there, and it doesn't make a difference. Snappy has given Falcons an opportunity to tie this up. Legs 11.
Both of these in-game leaders with a lot of impact over towards B in these CT halves. Alexi has cooled in the second half of play, but he was an absolute monster towards Cave, and Snappy doing his best to find similar impact.
Very impressive.
Well, they have lost a round in similar fashion this half, Alex.
Snappy's been gifted the AWP on the low HP. xantares can play more active in the Cave side.
They're just walking in. If Snappy misses a shot,
It's not an easy one to hit for Snappy.
he's going to get swung on, I'm sure.
Yeah. It's just toes. Bit catches him. Orpa exposed. Madden rotates through ahead of the flame. Ime, ready for that duel, spots him out. 35 and counting as they look to get the bomb down, and it's Madden that extends that disadvantage once more. Trapped in a box is Ime, and wonderful. They have to hit every shot they take, but Magisk is there. A double on the spray, and it's another Falcon round. I mean, Snappy started off convincingly. They still got tested, but Falcons have managed to make this a completely even game.
There were definitely worries for Falcon, right? They've already lost a 3-on-5 number advantage situation so far in this second half. You could see Snappy quite uncomfortable with that angle, with how deep he was holding it, so surprised by that. Not known to be an AWPer is Snappy, but Bogdan's Law, it plays in as Magisk makes the difference with the spam at range, and the frustrations for NaVi mounting. That first half looked brilliant. The CT side, the util was landing. They had good contingencies in play. Some good team Counter-Strike as well. And now they've been battered and bruised. Not into submission. Still have enough to battle once more.
Scott wonderful on that rifle. And there's been moments, but it's always been when the round is already lost that he starts hitting all these insane shots. It's something perhaps we could look forward to seeing if NaVi just want a hope or a prayer that they can find a 12.
How do you execute with one smoke, two mollies, a couple of flashes,
You
Alex,
don't.
right? So this is the thing. And the rounds where Wonderful's finding impact is once they're in the sights. There's more chip damage done. Snappy harassing through the smoke. Someone get the cops on the line.
Oh, Boros, he was responsible for holding the mid-side. The timing's brilliant from Ime. Could have been two. Magisk quickly gets his crosshair onto the money. Looking for Madden, they're up B. It's quite isolated here, and JL's not clear in his corners. A messy spray, wonderful trade. Snappy activates to make it a 1 versus 3.
It is wonderful.
It is wonderful. We were talking about him. And now this site is his. He gets the bomb down. Can he defend it? Isolates the duel. Robotically snapping into Snappy, and he does find Magisk, but there's some good spacing there from Pyres. And he'll post his 21st as Falcon seize the lead. NaVi, they have gone dry. 6-round run from Falcons right to the finish line.
And let's go back to the pistol that fell in the favor of NaVi. It was that force buy into the second, the stall tactics from Falcons, delaying them onto the B bomb site, chipping away through the smokes with the Deagles that has gotten the party started. And if they close this out now, the confidence as we head into map number 2 is going to be through the roof. Mirage up next, and with Sampayas in this type of form, Falcons could look to do it in 2.
Yeah, this is going to be a huge confidence boost. To face a 9-3 half and to finish in regulation with the win is incredible. But not yet theirs. Let's see what round 24 has in store for us today.
So confident from Falcons, not expecting the A play out the gates. They started 2-3, so nobody tending with A and just continuing to harass Boros. There we go, only his 6th kill, but the opening incision.
JL now forced to watch between his fingers. That's his opening death. Could mark the end of Ancient. Madden and Snappy playing Cave together. NaVi setting their sights on the second letter of the alphabet.
Good info play, staying active on the CT side. Magisk with Boros in tail. Able to soak up a lot of room. Magisk will keep looking. Boros can park on the site. And if they decide to go donut to A, oh, Magisk might even get a wonderful timing here. Pardon the pun. Wonderful's at the back of the pack.
Yeah, this is beautifully timed from Magisk. Whether or not there's trigger discipline involved remains to be seen. Here's them now. communicating and flanking. Boros holding his ground. He couldn't find anything there, but it's Magis from behind. Goes for the committed spray. And with Madden's help, they are 2 frags away. NaVi, what have you got for us? Bit and Alexi trying to hold on to this map. And now it's just Bit. Doesn't have the health for this. Gets the first shot, but from behind he's found. It's Magis with the double. And it's Falcons with the map. From down 3 rounds to 9. They turn it around with a defense to be proud of. Individuals firing on all cylinders. And a map away now from the Spodek. NaVi, they've got to respond in kind.
Dividends early. Let's get this one underway. NaVi on the attack, Falcons to defend. And this is where they just did their better work. How confident are they feeling on the CT side? Well, they've started with 5 sets of Kevlar. It is going to be a P250 in the hands of JL and Wonderful. Alexi with 1 flash, so no smoke or mollies. And
Yeah, Magiska's just pushed Palace and 1-tap JL out of the round.
Feeling confident then?
Yeah, most definitely. He wants this done. He wants another trip to the Spodek. He doesn't come to Katowice, so he doesn't get out of bed for anything less than playoffs. Bit, though, I like this opportunity. So does Sampius, and every click of these USPs so far straight to the dome. NaVi, they got no hopes here. I mean, you put a P250 in his hands for a reason. It's good in these long-range engagements, and Alexi, ooh, he's actually got a little bit of a window of opportunity. Takes down Snappy, now up to Wonderful. He had to survive. Instead, it's Boros getting off to a good start here on our second map. Some good parkour and a headshot on top. Alexi B nails Boros. A stylish couple of frags. But up against the whole squad. With 40 seconds, he's in absolutely no hurry. Next port of call would be Madden, playing it passive. Sampius, Delpan, you can see the long-range angles and crossfire if he steps too far out of line. Coming for Madden, nails the shot. Alexi's hitting every single shot he takes. Sampius hiding in plain sight. 15 seconds. Can't even pick up the bomb now. It's such a valiant attempt from Alexi B. Take a bow. It was close. It was threatening. But the Falcons, they did so much of the heavy lifting to start.
Yeah, well, decent shooting from Alexi B, sure, but no bomb down. So you have to ask questions about how NaVi are going to proceed. And with Falcons, right, we spoke about the fact this is uncharted territory. They haven't been together for a long time, this roster. Sure, the core of Ence resides, but the 5-man unit are yet to have an official on Mirage. They played Overpass, Nuke, Ancient, Vertigo, Anubis, and of course Inferno being the ban. I thought maybe, just maybe, Alexi might want to drop a hero AK, put that into the hands of an Imma, see if they could be threatening into a round like this, because he did get enough kills to warrant that, but he's just going to chip in with a Deagle. Bit's going to get himself into a P250. And they're going to allow the CTs to steadily progress with their utility. Congregating all 5 over towards the B apartments. The tail of this is JL, just worried about a mid push. And well, if we look at the radar, we can see it is quite a forward stance in middle at the moment. You've got Madden worried about the underpass, the most far forward. Sampius overseeing business from window. Boros on the jiggle. Snappy currently on his own. As soon as he takes contact from this passive position, Boros will need to snap into action. So the Dane, the vet, having the young gun under his wing as this B duo.
Yeah, and Snappy has got Boros right there in the nick of time. And they do combine for a clean defense up against the NaVi eco.
Oh, come on, JL. Make your way in. This one has its logical conclusion as Boros unloads. Throwing an extra weapon. Yeah, we'll get it done. We'll like the kill reward of that one, won't we? So quick thinking. Some might say snappy thinking right there as a 2-0 start for Falcons as the rifle's about to be donned by NaVi. But this is exactly how you want to kick things off if you are this new international super squad.
Staying focused, staying vigilant, Falcons. Can't quite believe it's their first Mirage official. That is interesting. I mean, it shows how in development they are.
It's only 2.5 months since the roster came together. 16th of December was when Madden and sympios officially joined the ranks. Snappy was there, Magisk was rumored, Boros, the Remnants, as an opening pick already. NaVi, this is feeling quite sour.
It's a bleak start. Hamstrung with the loss of Alexi B, combination of nade and spam. Imer, ooh, hit by the smoke, but aggressing nonetheless. He spots the tip of the head and will think twice about continuing his push.
That pressure has left a massive gap towards middle, so a very site-centric hold at the moment for Falcons.
Oh, his legs have been spotted out from that elevated ticket position. Magisk the one to do the damage.
I think Magisk and Madden together is an interesting partnership because the two of them are happy to take risks. They're like players, right? They're the type of guys who aren't going to bait you. They're going to make the right call in that moment. So the two of them in tandem could be quite a potent duo. Snappy caught on the slip, 40 seconds. I don't think they're going to reroute, but it has forced a massive rotation because Madden's calling it clear.
Massive misinformation from Madden's push. They're just walking in. Magisk has thought twice about it. He's aware.
Window.
It's a little suspicious, and he's caught Imer on sandwich. They've got to go. 25. Again, the clock could be Navi's greatest adversary in this round. We've got a flank coming in. Wonderful's got the bomb. You need to get a wiggle on. You need to be getting that bomb planted because now the Madden flank is already arriving 15 seconds as he starts to punch it. The code is all too easy. Falcons have got them right where they want them. JL bails them out, but it's just for survival at this point. There is absolutely no time, and this is, yeah, as you said, sour for NaVi.
New look NaVi, same NaVi flavor as Bit. If he goes down after time, that is going to be miserable. This is the NaVi of old with Zeus in the roster, everything going down to the final 15, 20 seconds with the hit. It either goes perfectly or everybody starts raging.
Pear-shaped. How much can he see here? Look, without the X-ray, you can see just those eagle eyes, or I should say falcon eyes of Magisk. Nails it. And 3-0 start. Falcons, I mean, don't forget, we are MR12. Every round means so much more.
Look at this. The buy is coming together so late out of spawn. They're still here.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, they are unraveling. Falcons have gotten under the skin of NaVi.
I think that Ancient, yeah, is still living rent-free.
Ah, dear.
Oh, missing nades, leaving spawn late. Falcons are in full control. Full control, my friend.
And it all goes back to the second round of the second half. NaVi win the pistol. It looks like they're going to close Ancient down in dominant fashion, ragdolling Falcons, saying, huh?
They hear a scout shot through the red smoke. They're like, oh, they could have a buy.
Oh, but this is the thing. If you're NaVi yesterday and you're going up against EF, yeah, defaulting makes a lot of sense, right? You know the way that they were approaching those rounds. EF have been very, very potent throughout the tournament on those second rounds. I think they've been one of the most efficient teams, or at least it's felt that way. But against Falcons, you take too long. They hold on to their smokes. They deny the space. Then you have to push through, and pushing again. Magisk onto JL in the apps once more.
He's having a nightmare with this aggression. And it's just working perfectly. sympios one by one, just picking them apart. Alexi B and Bit go down. JL's going to be thinking twice about pushing Palace as Magisk's taking him down from the pistol.
Well, this is the biggest name that Falcons have tussled with so far in Katowice. They lost to EF to start their campaign, and it's had to be all victories since then.
All three mappers, you know, if they can tidy it up and finish it in 2.
3 mappers in the wins, yeah. Right, a 2-1 against Rebels, a 2-1 against Complexity. Both of those are must-beats if you want to have a deep run at an event like this. But to take down NaVi, a team that is packed with potential, this one will build the confidence. And as I mentioned before, sympios, the man just on your screen, right next to in-game leader Snappy. Snappy says that it feels like an individual like sympios gets like a surge of performance on a stage. He likes to be in that spotlight. And his performances have been, I want to say hit or miss, it's just been miss. So the fact that we're seeing a turning of a corner now, it feels like someone's grabbed him by the scruff of the neck and had a good hard talk to him because he's needed. He was instrumental in Ence's successes.
Ooh, they've actually missed the molly. It does give Bit a bit more freedom. And with the only rifle on him, you're going to hope and pray that he can make something work with that half HP.
Just the worst pattern of rounds to start the game for NaVi. Here he is, Alex, the man you mentioned.
Giving it a go. Spotted out by Madden. Forces a smoke. Snappy decides to turn tail on his B apartment hold.
Very weak bomb site right now, isn't it?
Could be exploited. They're worried about middle.
Still nobody heading over to help Snappy. I say that, here he comes. Right on time.
Just in the nick of time. 55 seconds now. The Navi hit comes through. Well, if you got Snappy empty-handed, it's Wonderful's Deeg that draws blood. Now sympice reveals himself. He needs the multi. It's bit good for the first headshot. Madden for the multi now. Gives it a good go. Combines with Boros. The site clear. Falcons keep this streak alive. 5-0. Running out of options are NaVi. It was just the one rifle. They managed to find that pick into the site, but well handled.
And Boros now has more kills on map number 2 than he did on map number 1, and we're only 5 rounds deep. Snappy gets caught, but the rotation, it was on the way. sympice holds them at the door, allows Madden and Boros to jump through the wide open window and shut things down before it gets out of control. Happy with the response time, and sympice making some noise. Blade hunched over, having a word.
Doesn't look like the most comfortable of seats, does it?
No, but I tell you, it's probably the best way to watch Counter-Strike.
Yeah, I bet. Well, with those 5 POVs in front of you.
Played with a bit of a shake of the head. It has been a worrisome start, and you can see the Spodek slipping further and further away as your suitcase in the hotel. You wonder how much it's already packed.
Can't have those thoughts now. I mean, Falcons, their play has been dominant. Can't have Ancient rattling around your skull when you've got another map to play right here, right now. You need to get off the starting mark.
And so does Imma, 0 and 5. Only 1 kill for Wonderful.
He's trying again.
They're coming for him.
Oh, there's 2 of them. JL gives it a go. Is he ready for 2? He looked for Boros, but it will be an equivalent exchange.
Oh, Molly top mid's just flushed 2 out of position. Gonna have to change their plans on this mid progress. So a 4-on-4 as both teams looking to reset. Window smoke gives Madden something to look over. The bomb picked up from Alexi now. Imma will be returning to the underpass crawl. Not taking heads up fights of Falcons. Allowing them to take some space. And Madden could be good for a few. sympice is off towards B, might also be perfectly placed.
Yeah. Through mid now. Madden and Boros have a crossfire for the boost. Boros going to tend to this stairs. Occupation. I say that as, yeah, Alexi B was covering. They find them. 2 frags to the good. Is this the first round for NaVi? Madden doesn't think so. Onto Imir, bomb now down. Hard retake ahead. sympice, don't forget, we discussed he was over towards the B apartments. Do they even have a look in? Or have they done enough on the entries?
Now, if they came up short, it would have been a great little setup, but it was just that awkward timing.
He just looked away.
And then Snappy gets caught. And it should be the save. Madden in towards spawn looking for some damage. sympice with his connector position locked down. Wonderful will have to start moving. So the AWP could be removed from play in a second's time. Wonderful gets the better of him.
Okay, it's one of the ways you can have an AWP head-to-head. And Wonderful, he wins it.
All right, well, there's residual cash on a fair few members of the Falcons, so they should be able to drop the rifles across. Bomb goes off. NaVi get there first. And Imma gets his first kill as well.
Really trying times for JL's Palace hold. Boros taking him down there for his 9th frag.
He's being exploited at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah. It limits your options. I feel like they've kind of got your number. This was Alexi's great cover onto Imma as he found Snappy through the boards.
And that was the double that completely opened up the site. So very important kills in the 4-on-4, because at that point, it's still up for conversation. JL, yeah, what am I meant to do? They just keep coming for me, boss man. sympice, aggressive.
Giving it a go. He wants to be the one dictating the pace with this AWP, but look at Wonderful, he's ready for it. Staring at it. Oh, but Alexi goes first.
Strafed in front of the big green of Wonderful.
It's a nice pick from sympice. He's rewarded for his aggressions. Takes the wind straight out of their sails. Leader down. Alexi watching from the sidelines as they try and string together 2 consecutive. Trying to get a firm grasp on this T-half, this must-win map.
Alexi's been having a rough go of the mid-control, so we've had a handful of gun rounds now. He's given up the opening pick in 2 of them. One, I think, naded and spammed through the smoke, now just completely pipped at the post with the AWP. But they'll stay to the plan and get this mid-control regardless.
Madden up to the plate. Pius does manage to distract. Hits wonderful. Both of them low, and Aimer the same. Madden does not finish his first frag. Magisk will. He obliges. Spots on the stairs. It's bit, and it's wonderful nailing shots right now. As expected from the young gun. Good work from Boros. Would love a second. And it's provided by Snappy. Only JL remains. Takes the first head cleanly. Stands to throw a couple of bullets down range while flash. 20 seconds. Nade doesn't hit, and the bullets do. Nails the second of the clutch. Only Snappy remains. Has he got it in him? Can JL give Navi something to celebrate? It's all about rounds like this. To get your team back into Mirage, back with a chance for the playoff. Snappy duking it out. Swaps to the AK. JL starts to play the time, opts for a fresh magazine. Didn't finish it. 7 bullets. Has to be precise. No smoke, but a kit. Snappy's just gonna give it a fake. JL doesn't finish. We needed one more bullet. Snappy's trying to punish, and he's got him. He runs him down. JL robbed of the 1 versus 3. It's Snappy, baby, for 6.
Yeah, you couldn't have highlighted it better there, could you? The fact he didn't get that reload through, the pressure was on, only 7 bullets, and couldn't finish it off. And after being harassed in rounds of Palace time and time again, that was his to win up against the in-game leader. I think individually speaking, JL should have him every day of the week, but it was this kill right here from Boros that I believe was the difference maker. The fact that Madden already died on short, they weren't expecting another player to surge forward from that position and got a freebie, making things interesting. JL made it close. He got the bomb down a one-on-one, but couldn't get it across the line for NaVi's second.
He's going to be replaying that reload, that quick switch. If this does not go NaVi's way, here's elige. Tries his luck out mid, finds Madden as an opening. That's a gift.
Finally something going his way for this mid-control elige. That's going to feel good. Now that he can operate as a member in the server and getting that pick, should make his life of calling the team into position much easier. His intuition of what to expect, how to rotate, has felt on point. He was having a very good showing of things on the CT side of Ancient. So now that he remains as a piece on the board... Oh, look at this gamble call from Falcons. So Snappy towards B, Boros is over, and some Pius in the market as well with the AWP.
Just playing this bumper angle.
We saw elige doing this yesterday.
Yeah, how effective is it? Now you've been spotted, that's enough, that's info. He has some Pius' support, but not anymore. Jumping past, missed shot, Bit. Pulls a punch, gets 1 back. 3 on 3. Into the side, run down by Bit. That is a big round out of the young rifler. Gets himself a double entry into the site. What a gift for NaVi.
Yeah, the save call immediately. Can some Pius getting out of there. Magisk was nowhere to be seen. Still over towards that A bomb site. They will need to pick it up, and they will, but just being diligent that nobody's hanging around to spring a trap. And again, it was Boros, the sleeper agent, activating late, that if he had gotten that second kill, it was on like Donkey Kong. But they will break through, and you understand why Falcons need to save that previous round, coming down to a one-on-one. The funds aren't there. Lost bonus, bottom of the barrel, only 1,400 going into the next. And NaVi, oh, you will need another round like this to completely break the Falcons. Some Pius with that lost bonus will be able to drop a rifle, so they will have at least 3, probably 2 SMGs to complement the saves. If they exit towards the B halls, how deep are they going to press? Maybe, just maybe, that just gets company and goes down.
Yeah, he could have at least 1 here. He does nearly find the AWP as well. elige brings it through to the next. A little bit of extra damage, a twist of the knife in some regard. Look at this from Bit. He knew what he needed to do, taking the space.
But now that changes the conversation a bit about this buy. I'm having a look. It is still coming together, but it won't be an M4 for Magis. So does he want to go with a FAMAS or an SMG of his own? So not the end of the world, but definitely not as strong of a round, as it will be the second tactical timeout. And even though we have Zonic on the screen doing an awful lot of talking, it's been called by this man right here, Blade. So as he paces back and forth, was he happy with how that round just played out? Is he looking for something different? I think the problem is when you're going up against Falcons and you don't know what the Mirage looks like, it's harder to play Counter-Strike by the names, right? A lot of the teams at the top level are like, okay, well, this guy plays here, this is what we're expecting, and that can catch you off guard. So you need to have that extra layer of caution as you're approaching these sites, because if Snappy keeps calling these 2-player pushes or 1 player that you think is the A holder and then they've still got 1 under shadow that's a B defender, that could definitely be the banana peel you could be slipping up on.
Spawn smoke sails, and it's good.
Might just be going into an A execute or an A split of some variety. The bomb's been left on the ground, so could even get fakey with it. They do the up-down smokes. That usually buys space for your mid players to crawl, because as you can see there, it draws the attention of the connector/stairs players to have to worry about A. And if you look at the blue dots on the radar, 4 of them seem relatively close in fashion to defend the A bomb site off the back of that U2, but they've completely rerouted. Pius, you like to be in the spotlight.
Yeah, get your hands back on the mouse and keyboard, because you are about to be tested. His teammates about now maybe relaying information. He readies himself for a must-hit shot, tracks the jump of Bit. First found, and the second is beautiful. A sequence from Pius. Defends the commitment. JL next victim. The AWP has done it all, and it seems a 7th imminent as he repels the invaders. There's no way in.
Oh, this is the Pius Falcons paid for.
Yeah.
Oh, Snappy's got a freebie right here. 1 HP and dead. I'll take an AK. Thank you very much. As Wonderful might have other plans. This is the tip of the dome. Snappy spots him out before he can get his grubby mitts on the upgrade. But now it's about running and hiding. Wonderful wanting to retain his investment as well. We go back and forth in the finance department for these teams. But that is 7 now for the Falcons on the CT side of Navi's map choice.
Yeah, Wonderful. Could get caught here. Madden does go down to the AWP. He hit a bullet, but...
Imagine if he just hightailed into the site, hit a quick flick onto Pius, punched in the digits, an SMG and magic, so he's against the Danes. He powers up.
Yeah, okay.
And then hits 2 no-scopes consecutively. 360s.
Or imagine somehow Snappy starts running now, leaps off. Oh, no. Okay, and doesn't kill the AWP, so everything's fine. 7 though, I mean, you know, Zonyx raising his voice for a very good reason. He can feel that Spodek getting ever closer.
Great sequence though, isn't it? And the angles that he picks, catches Alexi trying to run down the space, assuming that Pius either going to re-peek, but just takes every single one of these with poise and grace. And the pressure was on as it was quite a heavy CT setup from the Falcons towards A. So a great round from Pius.
Yeah, and it's already started poorly for Madden. Goes aggressive towards the underpass. It was Imez Deagle that's found him, and another one in the feed from Wonderful. Was about to start singing the praises of Boros and the game he's having, but now it's Magis that has to be the hero here on ramp side. That's a transfer! One hell of a double kill to equalize. That was the bomb as well. Just when it started to look like things were aligning for a NaVi third, Magis lets them know it's not a guarantee. Imma hitting a bang, a dig, Wonderful on the AWP, but then Magisk. Well, you see that experience demonstrated through that sprayed prowess. He's now activating for a deep palace push. He's ahead of the play. Does he keep pushing? Yes, he does. Pius so far forward. Would you expect the AWP towards the shadow position?
Snappy's also pushing. Is he going to play first? Now the sound cue's heard.
Oh, Magisk. Woof.
They're not ready for this.
There's no way they're ready for this. Look at this from Snappy. 1 is great. 2 can win the round. Forced away. 14 HP, 30 seconds. This is so uncomfortable for Navi.
Trying to chase him down. Pius is already heading towards B. Yeah. He's going to be set up with the AWP. Ready to fight like a gladiator, the Spaniard.
There's no way in. There is no way into this. You have to somehow just bang him out with a deagle, but that's perfect from Pius. What are you supposed to do now? Wonderful. Trying to do the impossible. A 10-second 1 versus 2. And no scope for good measure. And Magisk and Pius are proving themselves right here, right now, in pursuit of playoffs.
Oh, they're having a good time. The chuckle, because that is robbery of a round. The way that one starts, the impact that Magisk could have, and then just getting thrown for a loop. Check this one out. The second is beautiful. You're dealing with a flank apps. Snappy's also in spawn. You think you have a gap. Pius says no. And the Spodek feeling ever closer now as they are getting fired up.
Oh, and quite the opposite for Navi. That is a tease. That's a real tease. You felt like that round was right there for the taking. And individuals from Falcons just deny you at the door. Timeout to compose themselves. They wanted to leave with every round possible here in the second map of this series. Some real narrow, close rounds for Navi.
Feels like they've almost done enough, doesn't it? This is massive, massive work. rounds of not consecutive fashion for Navi either. It would have to be 2 now to change that conversation going into the halftime break. If they want to walk away with 4, that's the best that they can muster. And you wonder the remnants of JL being harassed over towards Palace, what that's done to the setup. Because Bit also over towards A ramp, so if they're worried about a lot of A pushes to exploit that side of the map, well, having to put a lot of resources on Navi to tend with that. Alexi does get out towards mid, Emma working out through the underpass, so they're going through the paces to get this map control. A window smoke now deployed. Boris on short, Madden was towards Connect. It looks like he's tucking in towards Sandwich. No, even want to transition closer towards ramp, so continuing to play for information. The bomb starting to head back over towards A, so A split on the agenda now for Navi.
They're gonna push. Bit. Is he ready? No, he's not. Unprepared for Madden. This proactive defense is working wonders for Falcons. These openings, they keep on coming. Now crunching. Some Pius is here as well. Imma's running out of health, and the in-game leader stands tall. Gets 1 back. They need a whole lot more than that. It's just as easy as that. The round collapses. Wonderful. A 1 versus 4, presenting his back to Snappy and Boros. Madden takes him down. 9. Chad, yeah, it does already feel in just this first half that they may have done enough.
It looks like it's flowing very well. The decisions that they keep making, it's not always just out the gate. And the key, during the desk, they highlighted the fact that, yeah, Boros wasn't going to be quiet 2 maps in a row. He's shown up. He's had impact on the pistol, had a couple of big rounds. He's been that sleeper in certain scenarios, getting kills from behind when not expecting it. 11 kills for him, 13 for Sampaius, and the breakthrough that this team may have needed. The confidence that you take from a win like this, heading into arena matches where this fast, explosive, in-your-face, rock'em sock'em style of Counter-Strike, oh, it can play.
Oh, Boros caught off. Imma and Bit combined with JL, they've got a whole lot of opening exchanges going well. Hold on. Madden, yeah, caught out by Alexi, had way too much on his plate there. And Snappy, he will go down. So a little consolation round at the end. It might throw them off kilter, but Navi, they have got a marathon ahead of them if they want to force a map 3.
We played so fucking good. You know what happened last round? They just still rush everywhere. It's fine. It
The tenacious Falcon. 9 to the good as we swap sides map 2. Running out of chances are NaVi. They've looked impressive at times, they've looked discombobulated at others, and myself, Machine, and Chatty B are here to witness the Falcons pursuing that playoff spot. The last spot available for Group A is just these two, duking it out, and right now, Falcons, they have the edge. You heard just before the break, they know they're playing some fantastic Counter-Strike. We know, and so do NaVi. Can they turn the tide of battle now, or is it all too little, too late? Heading A. NaVi on the receiving end. Ime's been hitting some shots. Snappy trying to forge a path. First man in. Nade from Ime trying to slow them down. It's a great one from boros. Just running them down with Snappy by his side. Cut down one, but look at this. It's just a flurry of Glock frags. Triple from boros. Make it a quad kill, and look how good that must feel. Single-handedly, essentially securing double digits and practically condemning NaVi to elimination.
And that's why boros is in this team. That's exactly what you want to see. The quickest way to victory, a straight line. And that's what they did. Ran one all the way into jungle window and taking these heads-up fights. Just locking horns with NaVi. A deep connector smoke, some flashes, and the Glocks on the run as look at that roar. That must feel good.
You can see almost relief from Magisk. It's like, oh, I don't think I'm going to have to work too hard now.
3 new names to the Spodek playoffs.
Yeah.
Sampius, boros, and Madden will be joining the likes of Magisk and Snappy, who have been there before. And Magisk, plenty of times before. We were having a look. He's been there 6 times, currently with 3 different organizations. North, Astralis, and Vitality last year in the quarterfinals. This would be his 4th organization and making the playoffs of such a prestigious event.
Damn.
We like to call him the difference. Well, there's a reason that he was the first member in this team, maybe unofficially. He's stuck with Zonic as coming unstuck in mid as boros, but it's an awful lot of information. They can now waltz into an open A bomb site, punch in the digits, set up their post plant, and hopefully not get spammed through the smoke.
Trying to slip out is elige with that recovered AK-47. As the 11th looms. No way back in for this one. Molly at least forces into the open, but covered nicely too. Ready to swing. And with no armor, he is bested. So an 11th round for Falcons and the conversion of their pistol win. Nothing to be celebrated here for Bit. He'll try and recover something, but it's only a bullet in the face. It just looks like business is running as usual for Falcons here.
Well, as we're coming to the close in our very important matchup, one for seeding, maybe a bit of a grand finals taste tester, a preview of what the playoffs may have in store, is currently going down on the A stream with Scrawny and Launders. We have FaZe versus Spirit. And no spoilers, but we'll just say Donk is continuing to put teams and players in his pocket.
Yeah, he's donking on them.
Well, timeout called. This one, actually, from Team Falcons. So wanting to make sure they have their ducks in a row.
Right, you want a clean finish right now. You've got the red carpet rolled out. You are 2 rounds away from the playoffs. For the first, for some, boros and Sampius on your screens. Looking to get there into this, legendary stadium. You can see Sampius is almost, from body language, expressing everyone can just be cool, stay relaxed. It's coming our way.
Still some form of a conversation being had, but freeze time ticking down. As long as everybody's happy to do battle.
And for NaVi, a woeful finish to their campaign.
It has been wobbly. Individuals have been called into question. Approach with utility, the blade system keeping them afloat at times. Oh, and 3 out Palace with util.
Interesting.
Famous. I don't love a call like this, but if they can stick to landing, it doesn't matter.
They might go ahead of this. Ime readies a spray, and the FAMAS comes to play. Audacious call, and it has been received well by NaVi.
I just fundamentally have an issue with that. You have a full gun round. You're not running with Mac 10s. you have so much utility, and you're hoping that your standard pressure across the map falls them into one anchor on each side and 3 players gravitating towards middle, maybe aggression, connector, short, window, that type of setup. And you're trying to exploit the gap on that A defender, right? Because the A defender is tasked with worrying about ramp and apps. And if your mid player's attention, your connector player's attention is drawn towards middle, then there might be a timing window. But I just look at that and I go, you have so many nades, you have all the utility, you're going up against a team who we're talking about the 1900 and the 2400 loss bonus, plus whatever kills they get. So they're never going to be fully strapped with util or weaponry. They have to make a choice between the two, and then you go for an all-in play and you get stumped.
My, oh my. Can't quite believe him has found a third there, but it guarantees the round and it will keep 4 alive. Certainly helping a bit of a cash injection for the Na'Vi attempt at a comeback. I mean, I can't believe that word's coming out of my mouth at 11-3, but Na'Vi have managed to find a CT round early enough.
Yeah, but look at the cash on Madden and Snappy. They have nothing to work with into the next. The loss bonus, Magisk will just be in that range. Some pies will be able to drop something. Boros could get a Galil.
It is an interesting call to make so early into your T-half.
Right, this is the thing. I understand as in-game leader, you're looking to exploit some tendencies, right? And you think if it's Poppy and that could just get the site and you win the round. Pacey calls as well. And I've been there before myself, and I used to like doing a lot more aggressive plays, and I like to get away with like pattern calling. But it just feels like at this top level where you have so many advantages, and you have such a lead, it feels like you're throwing away a lot in a round like that. But who am I to question Snappy?
Yeah, well, yeah, watch this. This is where we can see the power of some of these smaller guns. The Tech 9, the Mac 10, they're drawing my eye.
Well, both of those weapons you just highlighted over towards B. Madden and Snappy down through the underpass. Emma would really have to come alive in this second half. He's a key player on the CT side for Na'Vi. This feels like if Falcons get it done, holding Na'Vi to single digits, there's a bit of information. That'd be the most impressive victory for them yet.
Yeah, without a doubt. Nade has done good damage, softens him up as Imet going wide off the flash from Bit. Oh, Madden, he didn't manage to push through. He actually ended up slipping off. He had the opportunity for a trade there. Slips by the wayside. Magisk has clawed one back onto the Imet frag. And now it's up to Wonderful. Ooh, 27 HP. He finds Madden. JL controlling connector as well. Magisk. The nade finishes the job.
That's from apps.
Setting Falcons up. Long range duels. Heavy contributions from Magisk.
Yeah, well, Bit wasn't able to do anything with this towards Ticket. So he's got 2 kills from apps, 1 towards connector, 1 towards jungle. Now he's looking for more space. The Dane, this experience, flourishing to get them 12.
He's so scary. Oh, he did make a sound cue. The element of surprise now squandered. Trying to clear towards the ramp position. Bit focused up. Fade soon. And he's gone. Vanished. No idea. Now, Magisk gets another. This is ridiculous. The experience, the 4-time, he does it to him. As many kills as he has majors, Magisk puts 12 on the board for the Falcons.
Oh, you can see the logic that he's going through. Okay, so I was able to fight the jungle player and the connector player, and the A guy couldn't do anything about it. He has to be close ramp, sure. So the smoke keeps him under lock. He comes back around. Bit still gets the jump, but Magisk gets the frag and completely wins the round single-handedly. And this is when the chips were down. The buy was bad. Na'Vi had just won a big round in the previous, and now they are in the dumps. 12-4, 1 more needed.
What a beast. He's so good. I mean, you know why he was such a headline signing. You know why Falcons were looking for him. He brings a whole lot to the roster, and in this one, he may have just done it. That was the opportunity, the window back in for Na'Vi. Now in the dirt.
Well, this Falcons team is going to be one that people love to hate.
Yeah, for sure.
For a plethora of different reasons, but when you get the W's, right, that's what this is about. You're going to shut everybody up if you can win. And, you know, an investment like this, if it can pay dividends early, 2.5 months of being together, getting yourself already in an arena, that's going to get some people paying attention.
And Boros, straight out of the ramp. He knows no molly to hold him back. He just wants to take a fight, take a biff. Gave it a look. Madden working middle as well. It's Imet. Steps up, delivers. Lurk smoke dropped by Boros. Silence falls upon Mirage. Wonderful's going to be... Oh, thought that was head in default. It does actually hit the shadow position. Magisk coming in now, crawling through, losing bodies, losing their chances as NaVi collapse on the A defense. And Falcons are 2 frags away from finishing it with style and composure. Alexi down after 1. Boros secures it for his 21st. He's fragging up a storm. And why not finish it with a tap to the head? There it is! A roster built for trophies. And Falcons soaring to the Spodek 2 months in.
Oh, look at the smiles on the faces here. These players are all taking a risk with joining this org. You have the Ence core. Snappy left first for somewhere that could have been greener pastures, but that was a question mark. Was he making the right choice? Ence is where Snappy had found the tippy top of his career and moving to a new team alongside Zonic and Magic's other storied names, but it didn't start great for this team. It's only been 2024